Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Unique V, and I am here for the Broke Bitch podcast. And we're kind of gonna do a weekly wrap up. Today, I am with my girl Alex, because it's literally like that many exes that I send her when I do when I message her. Alex is in Cali. How's it going out there, Alex?
It's good. It's perfect.
Alex is special because she's 2 hours behind and she still has sunlight.
It's going down by now, but yeah.
Okay. Alex, what are you sipping tonight? Because you know we can't do this without drinking now.
Okay, so I'm having some Sutter Home Moscato, which is about halfway gone by now, but here we are.
All right. And then for those of you who want to know what kind of mood I'm in, you know, I got my French braids. So we're going straight hood. I got me a 40, my steel reserve, and we're going to make it happen. Okay. Bottle might be finished, might not. Don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to get it started. Okay. All right, Alice, we're gonna start out on I guess, somewhat of a somber note. A lot of things have gone on this week, so I just wanna get your take on it. So the first thing I want to do is send condolences to the two young kids that died earlier this week. But I want to talk about the level of bullying. The young man who committed suicide for being gay and being bullied for being gay, and then the other young lady the 13-year-old girl who passed away after being jumped by two students. They're trying to blame it on and that happened here in Houston. They're trying to blame it on a tumor, but the doctors are saying that multiple blows to the head could have also
That'll do it.
contributed to that. Right. So let's start with the young boy who was bullied for being gay. Um, I thought, or you would think that today that this would not be honestly that deep, and I'm sure he wasn't alone. So, where do you stand? Because I know you're a mom, just like I'm a mom, on kids getting bullied for sexual orientation or just being themselves, period.
Well, we've always had a bullying problem, and it's something that we've all lived with, but I just think that as parents, we have to do better. You know, this is not okay, and parents have to take responsibility for what their kids are doing. Because usually a bully has been bullied, so there needs to be some sort of investigation, like what's going on in that home. Why is this still happening?
Is
And
it
it's sad that a child is going to take their own life over it. They feel like they have no other recourse. Where were his
so? Do
parents?
you think that the parents, and staying just on this child right now, do you think that there should be something that in place that when kids are bullied for verbally, that the parents should be held responsible when things get to an extreme to a point where a kid wants to take their own life?
You can't control everything that your kids do, but there has to be some responsibility, you know, at least an investigation, by the Children and Family Services. Something, something has to be done because this is not okay. We can't have kids taking their own lives because they're being bullied. Something's seriously wrong. And schools need to be held accountable, really,
Mm.
because they're
How,
allowing it.
so, do you think they need to? I agree with you. I think that the schools need to be held accountable mainly because children spend a majority of their time in schools. And so, if a teacher ever says, "Oh, I didn't notice that," or "I didn't see it," they're with you 5 days a week.
Yes. You
And
saw
it's
some.
something, yeah, it didn't just start. No kid is going to be like, oh, this just started. This is something that had to be happening over time. So I agree with you when you say that I believe that the schools should be liable. I think that it would cut down. I know that every school has an anti-bullying policy, but apparently I think that nowadays it is just getting ridiculous. I mean, we had hazing growing up. your mama this or you're this and you're that, but never to a point where one, if my dad caught me saying some, just raw stuff, oh, please, I would be made to apologize.
Yeah.
Okay. That's if I don't have to write you a letter. On top of being punished. And I
Yes.
think that there are some things that used to happen back in the day that apparently need to be re-implemented because I think children are just getting out of hand, period.
Yes. And I think a lot of it is just parents that, they're not really taking part in their children's lives. They're not really taking any interest, that you give your kid a phone or a tablet just to shut them up, and then what? You don't really know what's going on in their lives. You don't know
Right.
what's in their heads. You don't know what they're going through at school because you're not asking. And this is not everybody, but I
True.
think that's just how this new generation of parents is starting to become. We have to be more involved,
I agree
because
with that.
before, this was not happening before, and if it was, not as often, because
Oh, yeah,
now
it's
it's
happening at
about
an alarming rate.
kids,
Yeah.
and like when we were out there in Houston, and my son had an incident with, a fight with a little girl, and she was a little girl, smaller than him, and she put her hands on him. She was expelled. They took immediate action. And I think there's some schools that they just kind of brush it off, like, oh, well, we don't really have to
Oh,
deal with this. It's kids.
yeah, it's
No
kids.
big
Kids
deal.
will be kids. And then, but leading to, I think that there's a large presence of, um, there's more of a presence of gay kids, gay kids now than it was when you and I were growing up. You probably knew, but nobody was just like, "Oh, I'm here." Um, so for him to feel that way, he had to feel isolated. It had
Yes.
to be every day, and it is something that is truly sad. I think it is, especially in 2019. Like I don't even think that there's an excuse for it. I honestly think that there's no reason for it. Um, and I couldn't imagine knowing this, but a part of me does question whether or not the parents were ever talking to the kid as well. Not to take any blame off of, the people that
Right.
were taunting and bullying him, but I just wonder if maybe had there been another conversation, maybe he could have gotten some help, maybe put him in some groups where he didn't feel as alone and he knew that he had a support system. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of sad. Now, on to the other young girl, because you and I are both moms of boys and girls. Now, I do know that Texas Children did say that the young lady had a tumor in the back, correct?
Right. Yeah.
And that they're saying that they don't know if it was her being, beat up or the tumor that led to her dying a few days later. However, they are sure that that's an assault. I'm sorry, you jump a kid,
Eh,
that's an assault. Period. The assault did add to the aggravation of the tumor.
Right.
First of all,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that people are jumping people to the extent of at 13 hospital. There's something wrong with those kids. Period.
That's
I don't care what
thing.
you say. It's something going on. It's never okay. Now, I don't remember, and I probably should do better, but I don't remember. Was it recorded?
Um, yes, the mom said she saw the video online, so it was recorded.
Do
And
you
not only was it
think that?
recorded, but the children were laughing as she's getting kicked in the head. There's something seriously wrong with this.
Do you think that there is a level of, because I think years ago, you remember what was the girl's name? Sharkeisha?
I don't remember.
The little fight video with the girl. I think her name was Sharkeisha. And that was one thing. But I think that these fight videos are really getting out of hand. A few weeks ago, they had spring break, I think in Florida, and the guy punched the woman and laid
Yes.
her out. and nobody did anything. Nobody
No.
said anything. Nobody came to her defense or her rescue. And all she did was walk up on it. First of all, you not to say that her actions were right in walking up. However, that's a man punching a woman like nothing. And for nobody, there's a lack of responsibility and respect on both ends. And the problem is, I think that it's trickling down and it's starting younger and younger.
It
And I
is.
hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it because it'll only get worse. Now people are not fighting, to defend themselves. People are fighting just for the sake of, trying to become famous or trying to do whatever or because they
Trying to get a
think
few
it's the
likes.
thing to do. So you assaulted a young lady and now she's dead. To me, that's homicide. Plain, clear, and simple. I don't care. And the fact that the parents want to, oh, well, she had a tumor. What if you didn't know she had a tumor and she still died 3 days later?
Yeah.
Then
You-
what?
It for me, I feel like maybe it's not murder. I mean, maybe the kids, it would have caused some harm whether she didn't have the tumor or not.
Tumor or not? Right.
So that's assault. Yes, there should be some serious consequences for that. For two girls, I think it was two girls that jumped her.
Uh huh.
But I wouldn't go as far as to say that it's murder for the simple
Why
fact
not?
that anything else could have caused it. She could have tripped and fallen, hit her head. She could have been on a roller coaster, bumped her head on the ride. That could have done it. Because the tumor was there and just a normal everyday accident could have aggravated it and cost her death. I
Mm.
think that kind of makes me think that maybe it's not murder, but assault, sure.
Mm, I'm going to say murder in the second degree. Only because until they prove whether or not the
Right.
tumor was actually, you know,
Yes.
until then, I say, but the actions led to the death of a young. And the problem is a lot of, I'm sorry, I have children. What do you want? Go away. So I'm definitely gonna say second degree because until that's proven. Um Actions, I tell my children all the time, for every action there's an equal or opposite reaction. You never know how things are gonna go. You know? Oh, I walk with my shoes untied all the time. It could be that one time that you literally trip over that, even though you do it all the time, it could be that one time. And in this case, we don't know if these girls have a history of jumping other students. We don't know what the track record is. What we do know is that a young girl ended up in the hospital. What we do know is prior to that, they were recorded kicking this young lady in the head, and they didn't even know her medical history,
Right.
and you
Right.
did it anyway. So,
Yes.
yeah. My next one is going to be staying on a serious note. We'll get lighter, people. Trust me. Don't go there. But staying on a serious note, surviving R. Kelly, the aftermath. Lifetime wants to do a follow up. We don't even have to get into the first one, whatever. Do you think it's necessary? I don't think it's necessary. Do you think it's
It's
necessary?
no, they're doing too much. Can you guys just stop? We know the aftermath.
Yes, we already know because they have done books, they have done interviews. We know what the aftermath is. Come on now. I
Saw
think we
him.
knew if they were telling the truth and this happened 15, 20, 25 years ago to them, then we already got the aftermath. Why are we still talking about this? This is nothing but a check being cut. This is nothing but the fact that it drummed up so much, my opinion, it drummed up so much talk that I think it was high ratings for Lifetime, and now they want to go back and, you know,
Yeah.
touch on it
But
again.
again,
You think so?
I think so. I think they're just trying to get everybody back in and, in the hopes that maybe we'll see something we don't already know.
Already know. Yeah. Okay. So Lifetime, don't do it. Just cancel it. Okay. Ain't nobody got time. So let's move along. Jordan Woods. Everybody, did you really just? Oh, okay. Put this on out. So Jordan Woods, she has caught fire for a statement that she made. I know how I feel about it. Um, but basically, Jordan Woods, everybody knows her from the scandal with Tristan Thompson and Chloe said, "Oh, you broke up our family," only for people to find out that they weren't even together, whatever the situation is.
Right.
So she recently did an interview and she stated that her brother was being bullied and she wanted him to learn from what she has kind of gone through recently, and that if she can make it, he can make it as well. But she also stated that for the first time she understood what it was like to be a black woman. Please, your
So,
thoughts.
what did she think she was before? She needs to stop. She's milking it. That's
You
basically,
think so?
yeah, she's trying to get out there because she's no longer Kylie's friend. She can't be known that way anymore. So now she needs to be known for Jordan Woods, the girl that was with what's his name? Tristan Thompson.
Mhm.
The girl that broke up that family. She's milking it for as much as she can get,
You think
because
so?
now she doesn't have Kylie behind her.
Oh
You
my
know, she needs to get that little extra push, get her name out there. Maybe she'll get her own little makeup line or something.
Well, I do know that she was not allowed to get out of the contract, but there will be no new contract. So she's still making money with Kylie.
Oh, okay.
It would have been too much, but there will not be a new, you know,
Mhm.
Lip Kid or whatever they were doing, BFF,
I
makeup
didn't
tips,
even know
whatever
who
the
this
hell it
girl
was.
was before. I mean,
I,
I'm not keeping up with the Kardashians, but they're everywhere.
I didn't either. Um, I didn't know she was like Will and Jada's goddaughter until all of this like came out. But on this one, I kind of have to defend her. Let me tell you why. She's grown up in privilege. One. Two, she's been known as, just like you said, Kylie's best friend. And I'm probably going to catch some heat for this, but this is not the first time my mouth has got me in trouble, okay? So we all know about the Kardashians and the fact that they want the black, I'm gonna even go as far as to say Hispanic. They want brown girl attributes, right?
Yeah.
But they don't want the brown girl life, right? So
Mhm.
what I'm saying is being Kylie's best friend and then living together and things like that and just doing everything together. She's black, but she's kind of gotten all the good things of being that way just by the circle that she hung around. You know, she didn't get the struggle. She didn't get all of the other issues that she was kind of sheltered from.
I don't think that has so much to do with being black, but with being privileged.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if you are continuously around certain people and you never go to the other side, it's kind of like going to visit like Jamaica or Barbados or any you when you go you stay where what is it, the resorts, and the resorts have a fence and they tell you do not go out of the fence, so she hasn't gone out of the fence, you know.
Right,
And
right, right.
it's kind of like oh, I'm Jamaican but I've been in America all my life and I've never been back. Oh, I want to visit Jamaica one day, but I'm not going out of the fence because the resort people said don't go out the fence. Okay, she hasn't gone out of the fence. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she got put on the other side of the fence, and now she's like, "What the fuck? What is this? Why are people talking to
Put
me like
herself there.
that?"
She put herself there. You know,
She put herself on
they
the
told her not to pull out the fence, and she did.
the bitch took herself out. She went outside the goddamn fence, and they told her, "Keep your ass in the fence." Got you. What you say?
Now you
She put
stay out.
herself. Well, I mean, but when she made the comment, I really don't feel like she meant anything negative from it. I feel like it was honestly her vision of what's going on, something she's not accustomed to. I just hate that she used, I knew what it was like to be a black woman. I guess trying to tie it into that struggle. But boom, you're worth a pretty penny, and you would call kissing somebody worth a pretty penny. That ain't a black girl struggle. That ain't
No,
never gonna be a black girl struggle.
it has nothing to do with being black. This is about you making a poor decision, and now you have to live with it. Is
But
she responsible for it? No.
I think that the
She didn't
problem
owe Chloe
is that,
anything,
go ahead.
but
What'd you
no,
say?
she didn't owe Chloe anything, right?
Oh, right, right, right.
So Tristan has a lot of the blame to carry there, but she still screwed up. You know, she should
Okay.
have known.
You say this, but I didn't have this question. But since you brought it up, people say Tristan did it on purpose to get out.
Well, he got what he wanted.
I mean, but he had been trying to get out. They had said that Chloe was like, "No, you're gonna stay."
Well, that's why now she was embarrassed. You know,
I mean, for the what, third, fourth time? Like,
you can't make him stay, girl.
that's true.
You
That is
you
so
got
true.
your baby. Bye.
Bye.
You got your little basketball baby. Bye.
You and that one. Bounce on now. Go on about your business. So, um, okay. I get what you're saying. And like I said, I don't think she meant anything ill on it. But at the same time, you said it's not about, she made poor decisions. But she spent the last few years hanging around women that have made poor decisions with their vaginas. So,
You know, it was okay for them to do it. I thought I could do it too.
wrong.
My
What
bad.
kind of shit is this? So, I mean, I get it. Okay. Okay. So, from Jordan Woods, we're going to discuss Tierra Marie and 50 Cent.
Who? No.
Who was that?
Next subject.
Who is Tiana? No. So, Tierra Marie owes 50 Cent. So the background on it, in case you don't know, in case any of you guys don't know, don't keep up, and are literally like, first of all, who is Tierra Marie? I don't know why I get that question so much. Tierra Marie is Alex West. So Tierra Marie did have a singing career. I actually like her voice. Apparently, she had a problem with alcohol while she was with Ray J. Kind of is what it is. She was signed to Rockefeller under Jay Z, and she was part of the artists that got cut some years ago. I think like in 2005 or something like that. But since then, she's kind of been trying to come back. I think like in 2010, 2012, somewhere around there. She had the Sugar Babies anthem, I'm looking for a sponsor. I think some people still still rock that joint. So Tierra Marie has she sued 50 Cent after her boyfriend put out some personal videos of sexual acts. He had posted them everywhere. 50 Cent reposted the video, and
The
after
link,
that,
right? I think
I
it was
thought he
the link.
posted Did he do the link or the video? I thought he did the video.
He did the links,
He did
but
the link. Okay. Thank
he
you.
shared. He
He
shared
shared
it.
the link. And so she included him on the lawsuit,
Right.
which she lost because she continued to date the guy even after the fact. Um, so 50 was like, you gonna sue me just for sharing what's already out there, then I'm gonna sue you.
Right.
So he ended up suing her, and he won.
One.
He won because he had nothing to do with actually putting it out,
Right.
and so she was ordered to pay him 30 something thousand, right? But now she's avoiding it, and he's one add on because the more I think that this is the thing, 30 some $1,000 is like a drop in the bucket for 50. Let's not pretend like this is really about the money for him. I think it's more so about the principle.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you're making jokes and you have a t-shirt line that say I ain't got it, and you're writing songs about how you ain't got it. Should she pay him this money? Like realistically, should she?
Yes. Yes. She went after the wrong guy. You know, he might have shared it. Okay. But what about the boyfriend that was recording you and he shared that with the world? There's no respect there. That's who she should have gone after, not 50.
Think so?
I think so. She needs to pay him that money.
I mean, I agree. I think that once things are online and you share them, once they're on there, they're on there. Um, but he didn't post it. It was not him who
Right. He
initially
didn't put it
uploaded.
out there. Mhm.
I mean, think about it. If I get sued for half the shit I share, then god damn it, So like, damn, don't put that up. Don't put that up. I got no money. But I think that my biggest problem with this whole lawsuit is one thing to not have it and just avoid him, but you're like making jokes and making memes because you think it's funny. But at the end of the day, this is a real lawsuit. And at this point, you have a warrant. You
Well,
have,
they said the warrant was a mistake, the bench
oh,
warrant.
so the bench
It
warrant
was
was a
a
mistake.
clerical issue at the court.
Wasn't.
That was the official statement, though, by the court.
Okay.
The court
So,
did confirm.
but she still owes the money.
She still has the money.
Because if it goes on long enough and if he really wants to, he gonna start taking your love and hip hop check. I don't know how else she makes her money. I know that she's trying to put music out. She has a beautiful voice. I think that's where her energy needs to be. But I just know that going back, first of all, who goes back and forth with 50 Cent online? You won't win. This is the pettiest man in America. Like, seriously, you will not win. There have been times that he's put me in tears. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Unless you're Floyd.
unless you're who?
Floyd.
I
He can
mean,
afford
yeah,
to go back and
physically,
forth.
yeah, but him and Floyd were like besties, and you saw the way he treated Floyd when it was all said and done. It is no holds bar, okay? So, I mean, I kind of get it. Just run him his money. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
Um, the next thing is going to be, and I like her. I like her. I like what she stands for. I like the fact that she did go and get her degree, even though she got it as a stripper. It doesn't matter. She did what she had to do to make her money. But Black China, is a Harvard letter real or not? Now,
Harvard says it's
Angela,
not.
yes, Angela posted a letter that she received. She was recently accepted to the Harvard Business School online, which is to start later in May. And Harvard said that they did not issue a letter to Angela White. Some people say they need to go look for Angela Kardashian or Black China. They were like, you sure? Did you look at Black China? Um, now, She has not posted anything else. She has not, said yay or nay. This is my thing. We know that she's smart. We know she owns Lash Cosmetics. We know that she has a really good business going. We know that she majored in business in college and she used her money as a stripper to pay for the degree. But then she continued to strip because she said financially it made sense. Um, so we know she's no dummy. If you actually done research and not just looked at her pictures, you know she's nobody's idiot. The question is, one, do you think she lied on Harvard?
I think she was scammed. That's my
Oh,
theory.
okay. Okay.
Maybe she was asked to pay something up front and it wasn't legitimate page.
Mm.
I,
I didn't even think about that. Hmm.
I know
Okay.
she dummy,
Okay.
because Harvard, it's like, nope.
Who the hell is Angela White? I'm not gonna lie. It would be funny as hell if in the next week or two they go back and they say, "Oh, we did issue to a black China."
Yes.
That would be hilarious. Okay, so you think she was scammed.
I think so.
So let's go on the hypotheticals. If she is lying, what do you think should happen? I mean, other than the embarrassment that would come, what would she get from it?
Well, that's my point. Why would she lie? Does she really think she'd get away with it? And that Harvard Law School would not come back and be like, no, we did not accept her. You know, that's why I
I,
just think, like, what is she going to get out of it? Nothing.
she doesn't gain anything from it. I agree with you. Like, lying about getting into a college is just like, and then she said for business, it's not like she's trying to compete with Kim, who went and took, a lot. She says business, and you know that she already has a bachelor's in business, so it makes sense. So I don't know, but if Harvard is denouncing it, but it turns out to be true, I think they would owe her a public apology.
Yes, they would.
I
I
agree
think
with that.
so. Hmm.
Okay. Now, on to my favorite thing. For all of you people who were there for Coachella, I hope you've gotten tested. So, wow, wow, wow. So, apparently, there was what they say, 70, 80% spike in people for herpes,
Yes,
and all of them attended Coachella. My first question is, what the fuck were they doing at Coachella?
exactly. And it wasn't just at Coachella. They said it was like the surrounding areas, like LA, Orange County. I'm like, what? Get away from me. Everybody just get away. Have you been to Coachella?
Yeah. What'd you do this weekend? Oh, I went to Coachella. Please move, 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 move. Okay. Um, this is my thing. I thought this was about bands. It's starting to sound like it was just a big orgy. Now, I do what you do, but you coming back oozing.
And then it was 2 weekends in a row, and the spike was like, it went from something like 14 people a day in California to 240. That's insane.
There's
A,
your state.
a day. Those only the people that are being diagnosed by that website. Okay. What about everybody else that's going
This is
undiagnosed?
just random, random, random.
It's gross.
Just, just going along. What's that on your lip? I don't know. I woke up with it. Don't touch it. Just But no, I want to know. I thought we were here to see bands. I thought it was a whole concert, so big thing. See all these bands, but people are catching. Where are they doing? Isn't it a lot of dirt out there?
A lot of dirt. They're just doing it out there, I'm sure. I've never been to Coachella. Now I know I probably never will.
Girl, that dirt is viral. Somebody was out there
It's
just
in the air. It's in the
it's in the air at this point. The minute you next Coachella, they're gonna be passing out condoms and a breather.
yeah.
Oh my God. I wonder how something like this happens. I I really do. Because unless it was like 200 people that showed up with herpes already, um apparently not, because that's a lot of new cases. Somebody or a handful of people were just
Being nasty.
passing it out. Yes. But where are you doing it? Are you going back home? Like, I've never been to the area. So please explain to me, because you're from Cali. Explain to me, are they staying in hotels? Are they staying in campers on the property? Or do they have like a lineup? Like, how does it work?
I've never been there, but I would guess that they're probably staying in hotels because it's 2 days, right? So it's like
Right.
weekend and
Right.
then you go home. So a lot of the
Okay.
people that go to Coachella live in California. Most of the people
Got it.
who live in California. They're locals. And then second weekend, they go out again. Most people, not everybody, but a lot of the people, they go back both weekends. So you're there for 2 days, you know? It's a lot of potential to mess around and catch something,
And then take it back home.
take it back home. So think about it. I mean, if you slept with one person while you're out there and they have it, now you have it. Now you're going to bring it home to someone. That's two people. Who did they sleep with? You know, maybe they slept with someone else on the second night. Maybe there was a freaking orgy, you know. I don't know. I don't know
Oh
what's going on.
shit. It's
Nasty.
becoming too much. Everybody in their bodily fluids, putting keys in bowls and saying, "Oh, I got the Bentley. Who's this?" Just, I ain't got time. I mean, how do you? Uh, uh, so this is a PSA. Um, if you went to Coachella, please go get tested. Get you some Abreva. Get you some Valcyclovir, and
Wrap it up.
literally, it's gonna get you a whole bunch of Saran wrap and wrap that whole area. You don't want to miss no spots, no areas. Just
Uh-huh.
cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be sharing no drinks.
That's another way, you know.
Can I have some of your something? No,
Can I have some of your water? It's real hot
no.
out
They selling some over there.
here. Yeah.
Go get you a bottle.
Yes.
Can I use your straw? No, I'm hot and they out of water. Well, swallow your spit. I think that's what parents should say. They can swallow your spit.
Yeah.
Okay, you won't die. You'll be all right. Sun will be down soon. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, girl, disgusting. Um, but that is what the world is coming to. So, guys, basically, long story short, beat your kids because they out here trying to fight everybody else. Let them know when they out there laying hands on other people's kids, you will lay hands on them. I don't know if that's what you got from what we were talking about earlier, but that's what I got from it. Um, Also, Lifetime, please let the R. Kelly thing go. We oversaid, done, passed. Let it go. We get it. It gets you a spike, but at what cost? Quit letting these people relive this thing over and over and over and over again. Um. Oh, before I go, I do want to talk to you about one more thing. I skipped over it. Dress code. So let me give you
Oh,
a little background.
yeah.
So here in Houston, they have a new principal at one of the schools, Madison, and she is implementing a dress code for dun, 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 the parents. A lot of the parents are upset about it. So a little background about me and Alexandra. We both worked at a place where we had a dress code and people just didn't give two fucks. People showed up in shower caps, mini
How
skirts,
to.
house shoes, heaters and blankets,
Yeah,
um,
the bath.
lime green. Yes, lime green. I just got off the stage at V Live and this my daytime job outfits. All that. Okay. Alex, tell me where you stand on this and then I'll give my POV.
I don't know why all of the schools don't already have this. And even worse, I don't understand the parents that show up that way. I didn't understand the coworkers when they showed up that way, and I sure as hell don't understand the parents. That's nasty. I'm sorry. But if you can't take the time to put on some clothes, I don't care if you go back home and get back into your PJs and climb into bed. But just put on some pants and some shoes, wrap your hair, take off that shower cap because the shower cap needs to stay in the shower.
Who is wearing a shower cap? It said shower caps, and I was wondering who the fuck is wearing a shower cap at the goddamn school?
Okay, at my school, grown women, 19, 20, early 20s, going to school in house shoes and shower caps. Ridiculous. That is not a
Maybe they was deep conditioning.
all day. You better do that at night. I can't because if if you go out that way, I'm also thinking you didn't shower and you didn't brush your teeth. No.
Okay. Um, so this is my thing. I agree with the dress code. It was a little different for me going to school because once I think I passed junior high, my parents never came in, not early in the morning. I had to ride with my brother, and then after my brother graduated, I had my own car. So nobody ever came in, and when it came time for re-enrolling, I just filled out the paperwork and my dad signed it. So my parents never really had to do anything. Um, my aunts, both of my aunts, I always say they're like the epitome of what a mom should be. They rolled their hair at night, they cooked, they cleaned, they did all of that. But even if my aunt was to wear rollers, you wouldn't know rollers were in there. The way she had like the scarf with the hat and the cardigan and like you didn't know what was going on in there. Like you just knew it was some hair in there, but you didn't know the whole situation. I have to admit that I do agree with the dress code. Let me explain to you why. There are times that, especially when I'm wearing my curly bundles or even my hair, I have to hydrate my hair, but I don't want you seeing my cap. I just don't. I think that's embarrassing for my kid. Even if I'm going to exercise, I still put on clothes and I put on full shoes. I have something that, and it could just be a country thing. Always, you have that dress that's decent enough for you to go out, but it's that one dress when you just gonna run here and run back, and it's okay if somebody sees you in it. There are
I
no
have dresses.
holes in it. You have
Just
dresses
throw it
like
on.
that. There you go. Throw it on. Okay, where am I going? Okay, wait a minute. All right, let's go. I'm gonna come back anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So I was taught that you need that dress. Doesn't have to be anything just extravagant, but you don't need it to have holes. You still put on some undergarments and you go. One of the things that she listed were tights. Now, we have to keep in mind that tights are not pants. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if they come in 872 different colors and you want to wear them as pants. Tights are not pants. If we look at when these tights were introduced back in the day, you wore shorts over them. It was always something worn over the tights because what?
Right.
They're not pants.
Mhm.
period. But the tights that people like to wear now, especially, are see through.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your pink draws through your black sheer
Just
tight.
today, just today, on my way home,
Hmm.
I stopped at the market and this girl walks in right in front of me and she had a, large booty. Those tights were pulled so tight. I could see her white underwear. I could see them. And I wasn't looking, and you know,
At least she had on
oh,
underwear. I've been behind people with none on, and you can see the tights like in their ass, like
no.
okay. I don't. I'm sorry about that sound effect. I don't know. It just seems like something that would happen when you went like,
We don't want to see that. Please cover up.
And people think, oh, if the shirt is long enough. No, that doesn't suffice. Tights are not pants. They're not. Now, if you want to wear them under a dress, that's cool. Some people wear them under the tunics. I get it. If you're going to a club, yeah. But your kid's school, like to show up in a pair of see-through tights, a shirt that's too little, a bonnet, rollers, or a shower cap, and then come in there and be like, I'm finna sign little John John in for school. Stop. No, you're not. Because
No.
we have to realize that I think for females that have sons especially, you have to set the standard that you're the first woman that your child falls in love with, right? And if you're okay with that, you're gonna be mad when they bring a girl home and she looking like, as I could tell my daughter all the time, who shot John? And she always asking me, who shot John? Girl, I don't know who shot John. Girl, it's the same. Doesn't mean that anybody actually shot John. Just shut up. Anyway, so you know, we have to set that standard. And then also, as a mother of a daughter, we have to let them know the things that are acceptable and not acceptable. And I think that's the main thing that the principal is trying to instill, that, hey, it's kind of not okay. It's not okay to, show up like this. We get that we're glad you came to enroll them, but can you put a little more effort? And I used to say, why would you show up like that? Would you show up to work like that? But then when we worked where we worked, I'm starting to realize that some people
Some
might,
people,
they would.
yeah.
They would. I used to when we were working there, I used to walk my daughter to school every morning, and there were chicks with no bras on. I mean, and they were like,
They're just
no,
jiggling.
yes,
Oh,
no bras on, and it's Texas, so it's hot. So you got like your boob playing peekaboo through the bottom of your tank top. Pick them up and put them
yeah.
up. I'm not trying to play that game. Like, so I get it. I get it. I think that the dress code is a lovely thing. I think someone posted online that it's erasure of, that the principal is trying to erase history and the culture of, that ain't culture. That is not, it is never okay for you to
No.
show up with your nipples out at your kid's school. Period. Why is
Culture.
that okay?
So is this something you want your children to imitate when they grow up? No,
Exactly.
it's not okay.
Exactly.
Lazy. That's what it is. Plain and simple. That's all it is. You
Now,
need to put on a bra, brush your
agree,
teeth, your hair.
agreed. I always say, if you don't do nothing else, brush your teeth, because them teachers will talk to you, and the last thing you want to be known for is the mom with the kicking breath. Period. Brush your fucking teeth.
Yes.
Okay? And, but I do think if you're not getting out of the car, I mean, of course, you're staying in your car. If you're
Maybe.
not getting out, you're not getting out.
Maybe. But you still have to walk from the car to your house. So all your neighbors are gonna see you like
Not if you get in the garage.
that. Girl, stop. You know what? No, I can't. I cannot leave my house like that.
No, because I've had those moments where I just did not feel appropriate. And they'll be like, oh, mom, we need you to. I'll be back. I'm not coming in there like that. I'll be
You
back.
know, this is the way I see it. Like there were times where I've had to drive early in the morning, and you know, I always have to put on something. I don't care if it's just jeans and a sweater. You know,
Mhm.
jeans and a sweater over my pajamas, and then I'll take it off when I get back. But I always have to wear a bra, and the way I see it is, what if I get pulled over? And that cop is gonna have
You
me on the
might
side
get
of
out
the
of
road.
a ticket.
No, bra. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You might. He's gonna be like,
Well,
little boy, what are you doing out here so
oh
late?
my goodness, I am not with you. Well, so you agree with me that the dress code would be a welcoming.
Very. I think so. And I think that the parents who don't welcome it are just lazy. They don't want to have to put that effort. And yes, thank you for bringing your children to school, not letting them walk on their own. You
Hmm.
know, it's brownie points, but wake up just 5 minutes earlier and put on some clothes.
Agreed. If nothing else, go purchase a emergency dress. Like
Yeah,
just
slip
just
it on. It's Houston. It's
it's
warm.
decent. It just all you need is
A dress
something
and
decent.
some shoes. Agreed.
Is it recording? Okay. Yeah, so sorry. I had a little 90 Day Fiance playing in the background. I don't know why. I think I had it on pause. Cause that's my ex girl. I love me some 90 Day Fiance. Okay? 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight. I mean, I'm here for all of it. I'm trying to figure out what these people doing that get you a fiance in 90 days from halfway across the world and they done spent $90,000 on you. What are you doing? My favorite is Love After Lockup, but that's a whole different conversation because how you get somebody to send you $40,000 in prison? What are you doing?
What are you doing wrong? Why are you in prison?
What am I doing? Well, oh, I was talking about the money. What am I doing wrong that nobody sending me $40,000?
Oh no, I'm talking about the prisoners. If you can
Yeah,
get
they
someone
be in prison for some of
dollars,
everything.
you need to be working them stocks or selling houses. Because you can convince just about anyone to do anything.
Girl, what? That lady said, the man said, I've spent $40,000 on her and I love her. She in prison.
Girl.
Like, wait, what? What are y'all doing? Oh my God. Okay, Allie.
My life coach.
I do want to also give you an opportunity. I know it was a while ago. You spoke about, was it an uncle or a cousin that had been killed?
My cousin.
Cousin. Do you mind taking just a little bit of time to give some information on that case and kind of giving an update if they, kind
There's
of figured
no
out?
updates right now.
Okay.
So it's something that the family's still fighting in court. They're still trying to get down to the bottom of what happened. There seems to be a lot of secrecy on the police department side. They're not being completely upfront with exactly how it happened. But basically, he was involved in a domestic dispute with
Okay.
his mother. And it was something that lasted, from, so it was on Saturday. It lasted from Saturday through Sunday. Um, Sunday was, Saturday was his birthday. Sunday was his daughter's birthday. So on Sunday, he went to pick up his daughter for her birthday. And So the information is that he was under the influence of alcohol,
Mhm.
uh, and he sent him away without the children. When he left, she called the police and
Mm.
she made a false report, said that he was armed and that he was making threats, and that his threats were something along the line, if you call the cops, I'm going to kill them, which
Okay.
is still undisputed exactly how it went down because she's given different information every time she was interviewed. So they still don't know exactly what he said to her, but she called the cops. He Later on in the day, they did spot him driving, and he was followed. So then there was a short police pursuit, and stopped in front of her home. She wasn't there anymore.
Mhm.
He ran inside the home. He was shot multiple times.
He was shot by the police, correct?
Police in the back,
And
multiple times,
what in the
as he ran
back?
in the back.
Okay.
As
So the question becomes, and you guys still don't know exactly what she said to the cops that made them
right.
respond that way.
So what she said on the 911 call and what she said to the police after when she was interviewed doesn't exactly match up.
Okay.
So there's a lot of questions as to what he said to her, if there's any truth to what she said on the 911 call. And also, they won't release the police officer's dash cam video, I believe. There's some sort of issue there. So it's
Did
still,
they, okay, with the dash cam, did they explain as to why it won't be released?
no, it's still being disputed in court. So I don't have all of the details,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
but they're still trying to figure out, how it all went down because there's no doubt about it. He was shot in the back and he was shot a lot of times. I think they said it was about 4 dozen times.
Wow.
Uh, so
And was this leaving her property or was this somewhere
he
else?
he was going into the property.
He was
He was
going
running.
into the prop. Okay. Okay.
Mhm,
So
yes.
was he killed in front of his child?
No, they luckily nobody was home when it happened.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then so while they performed their investigation, dead of summer, 100-degree days, his body lay out in the dirt for about a little over a day, which is unacceptable. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. They're still trying to figure out exactly how everything went down, but we'll keep you
Okay.
posted.
For people who would like to know more or maybe reach out and get help,
Oh, what happened? Hello?
yeah. Did you
Okay,
hear
there you
me?
are. No, you
Oh,
froze for a moment.
oh, okay. So if anyone either has more information, wants to help in any kind of way, or wants to send any letters or anything to the police department to come up with any more information or try to help, are you able to get that information since it's ongoing or no?
It's still ongoing, so I don't want to give any information right now, but there is a
Mm-hmm.
GoFundMe page,
Okay.
and for Rudy Molina,
Mhm.
RUIMOLINA. And I know my cousins have been updating it with some information on there. Um, so there'll be updates on that page.
Okay. And you did once again say that that was a GoFundMe for
GoFundMe.
Rudy
Rudy
Molina,
Molina.
RUDYMOLINA.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll be reaching back out definitely to obtain any more information. And if anybody wants to help, put a message out and help for the family's lawyer or anything else, you can also obtain information and be able to do that on that go. Sweetie. We
Yeah.
definitely have to do this again. The next time is with tequila shots.
Well, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah. Imagine what we'll talk about, girl.
Take a shot every time they like.
Ah, well, I want to join. I want to thank you so much for joining the Broke Bitch podcast. This
Thank
was
you.
so much fun, and I
Yes.
definitely have to have you back. Okay.
All right.
All right, Alex. All right, guys. Once again, it's been your girl, Unique B. And remember, be unique and think. And I will see you guys next time. I'm going to take this time to kill my 40. Bye.
About time.